So Muffin, let me get this straight. You leave a man who we call off-cheat for a man that we can actually call Offspring Unlimited, who treats pregnancies like it's a loyalty rewards program, and we're supposed to call that growth. No, baby, that's not healing. That's ego reacting to humiliation in real time. And I get it, because in the marriage, at least you had the safety net of being the main But chick. It turns out when you made it to the Super Bowl, you found out that you was just in the group chat and you was just another baby mama. Baby, I know you couldn't. Because on some real stuff, when a woman feels betrayed publicly, she doesn't just want love, she wants to restore her status. And we all know, for some of these birds, nothing restores status faster than a new man with a bigger contract and more money. But unfortunately, yours didn't just come with that big contract. Brother came with big baby mamas, big drama, and a whole bunch of mess behind him, including allegedly that he might like Big Peen just as much as you do. Nylahsays, and this isn't just a gossip channel. Over here, we analyze, we contextualize, and we weaponize wisdom. Because gossip is entertainment, but understanding is power. Because every scandal has a lesson. So let's get to it. Now, y'all know we gotta throw a little psychology in there. And no, I am not a licensed psychologist. But your baby daddy doesn't have a weed license, and he still sells weed. So I'll just leave that there. Baby, Storm Monroe dropped a little exclusive yesterday, and here's the crux.
Tell y'all what happened between her and Stefon, right? This is an exclusive and all allegedly. So I was told by a little birdie that, you know, when Cardi and Stefon got together, she was still married and he had a heap of children on the way. She knew what it was. She wasn't intending to get pregnant by Steph, but she was just being irresponsible. And boom, she got pregnant. It is what it is. So after she had her baby, and then the other girls was having their babies around the same time, and then he already had children, and she came with 3 other children. She was cool with what it was because she knew what it was from Jump Street, okay? But she really wanted Stefon to, like, I don't know, okay, do what you do, but like, don't get any other bitches pregnant. And from what I am being told is that one of his current baby mamas is pregnant again by him, number one. And that number two, this year in 2026, there will be 3 additional children born. 3. I don't know when they coming, but this year he will welcome 3 new children, allegedly.
So you heard it right there. According to Storm, we're looking at 3 more babies. Allegedly. And all them babies entering the chat this year. All courtesy of Stefon Diggs. I said 3. And so that's beyond gossip, okay? That's a pattern. Now here's where it gets psychologically uncomfortable. Because this isn't just he can't keep it in his pants. No, this is compulsive validation behavior. Reproductive dominance. And baby, I would even say this was a way of humbling her real quick as well. See, sometimes thinking that the grass is greener on the other side when you're dealing with a demon could look like, boo, oh, you came over here because you thought I was gonna be softer, easier than Offset? Oh no, hold my beer, bitch. And see, this is a man who equates legacy with volume, not stability. And the real issue for Cardi is not even the babies. It's actually the optics. See, when your mindset becomes, as long as I'm not embarrassed publicly, I can tolerate it privately, Muffin, that is not confidence. That's image management and ego preservation. Because let's be honest, she knew. She knew about the pregnancy. She knew about the hypersexuality. She knew about the legal smoke circling his name. But when your ego is bruised from public betrayal, sometimes you don't pick a partner. Instead, you pick a headline. And as long as the chaos stays quiet, you convince yourself that it's under control. Drop a blue heart in the comment section if you know a chick like this. You know, the lady who thinks that as long as nobody finds out that she can manage the bullshit that she's accepting and taking, and that it's okay because she's not publicly embarrassed while living in a private hell. And let's not even talk about how the Super Bowl turns into a baby mama summit. And that's when her fantasy collapsed. And baby, that's what makes this hit different. She didn't walk into this blind. She walked into this defiant. And that's the difference between being fooled and choosing not to see. And let's address another elephant in the room. Part of this ego dynamic isn't just about Offset. It's about competition. It's about who gets to win. And when we talk about Cardi's public history, like the comments that she made about Tasha, Jasmine Wu, and several other people, you know, the controversies, the way she's been perceived in conversations about darker skinned Black women, we cannot pretend color politics don't sit quietly in the background of this entire narrative. Because when a woman feels insecure, she doesn't just compete with her partner, she competes with the type of women she thinks threatens her position. Cardi felt, in my opinion, a certain level of dominance in the relationship with Offset because his quote unquote baby mamas were dark-skinned black women. And with Stefon, he literally does not have a type. See, she kind of lost a bit of her edge. Again, with Offset, by him having children with black women who she feels like she's above or that she's better than, and knowing how to weaponize that some black men do fetishize women from different groups, her status with Stefon was a little bit different because Stefon doesn't have a type. And in fact, a lot of the women that he was with and having children with were darker and more beautiful than Cardi. So her status as a mujer dominicana exótica did not matter anymore. Because when it comes to desirability politics, you know, we are far beyond relationship drama. This is social hierarchy psychology. And that's why this looks so bad. And she's struggling with it. This is a literal ego-layered colorism anxiety that she's probably experiencing. You know, the whole thing where I have to win publicly and that she has to look and prove that she's the chosen one. So, and I need this to be understood. I'm definitely not surgery shaming or anything like that. But I do think that something should be said of the fact that she's done so much to herself, right? So just think about how she has literally oversized her ass to the point of it looks silly. It's not even sexy anymore. But to even go that far, that lets you know that she really desperately wants to be desired and wants to be seen as the baddest bitch at all times.
Somebody say, wait, why did Jesse Wu say that Cardi B had a revenge baby? A revenge on what? Revenge on what? On who? These bitches just be saying shit because what is their revenge baby? Do you think that I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna have a baby because I'm gonna have revenge on what, bitch? On my ex-husband, bitch? I don't need to have a baby for revenge, baby. My whole life is revenge. My money is revenge. My career is revenge. My album is revenge. Me not dying over a nigga is revenge. Me having freedom is revenge. You know why? You know why I kept my baby? Because I love my baby, and me and my man made that baby with fucking love, bitch. We was fucking down till it stank.
So like, who has to validate the public to that degree? Like literally. And I'm sorry, but I will never be able to get over the fact that when she makes this statement about fucking down till it stank, I mean, the fact that he has multiple women and allegedly men that he's also doing this to, baby, it stinks because that's what infection smells like, allegedly. So anyway, landing this plane, she left a man with a gambling issue, an insecurity complex, and a history of public humiliation. A man who cheated very loudly, only to align herself with a man who multiplies faster than roaches. She told the public that he made her feel safe. But safety isn't about how a man makes you feel in private. Safety is about how he protects your dignity in public as well, Muffin. And if we're being honest, the humiliation escalated. It didn't decrease. Baby, this relationship made it worse. Like, he literally made Offset seem like the good guy. Now, back to psychology, honey, because that's what it's all about. When you are a high-achieving woman with Grammy Awards and global tours and platinum records, it is very easy to believe that your accolades will compensate for a man's character deficits. Some women believe that they can be so fine that it will stabilize a man, that if she's very successful, that it will humble him. But when you're dealing with a man that is driven by hypersexuality and validation in that way, you are not competing with other women. You are competing with his appetite, Muffin. And appetites like that are not satisfied. They escalate. They get bigger, honey. You know, it's literally like why people get fat. They like a lot of food. They eat a lot of food, so they get bigger. Baby, you were never going to be enough because this isn't about fame. It's not about money. It's not about who has the bigger contract. It's about attachment pathology. It's about impulse control. It's about men who equate reproduction with relevance. And the most dangerous illusion a powerful woman can believe is that her power makes her immune to a man's bullshit. It doesn't, baby. All it does is make your fall louder. And if you like my commentary, please click like and hype this video. And if you don't like it, you can still comment, you can still subscribe, because you're bound to return and find something that will entertain you or be of intellectual benefit.